Okay, so first stage of the game, Fillmore Act 1. Pretty simple. Right at the beginning, just jump up that tree, and that'll be scroll number 1. All the scrolls are going to be in a golden statue. That doesn't mean every golden statue has a scroll, but every scroll that we get will be out of a golden statue. After that, you'll see this golden statue here. That's our target, but don't break it. If you break it, the scroll will probably despawn by the time you get there, so we don't want that, right? You're hopping around there, getting on the log ride, and just break it open and get the scroll. From here, you kind of just need to progress through. So just go through, fight this mini-boss, go through the save point that's up here, and then just go to the next area. You'll see a log ride here. Don't ride it just yet. Hop down, go to the left, and you'll see the final one. Then kill the boss so that it saves, and you're good. Okay, Fillmore Act 2. We've got a bit of a ways to go, so it's going to be sped up for a little bit. But we're not leaving this area, so when you get to the door with green flames, don't go in. It's the way of progress, but we need to get the scroll. So the scroll will kind of be in the northeast part-ish, but we can actually see it right here. So that's the statue we're going for. But obviously we can't reach it. We have to go over to the left and then up and to the right to get to it. So that's what we'll be doing. You can take that detour if you want some mana. I didn't need any, but whatever. That turret with those spikes on either side, it's to the right of that. So crack open the statue, get the scroll. And now we just need to go back down to the door that I said not to go into. And we'll go on to the next area. This one's easy. Just go over to the left. So after you drop down here, just go over to the left. It's a small, short corridor, golden statue. Break it open, scroll number 2. After this, it's a ways. Basically, you just need to go to the next area. I didn't really want to jump cut because this game can get kind of confusing at times. A lot of levels can look kind of the same because of how it's designed. So yeah, just go to the next area, beat the skeletal dragon dude, use the save point, come here. From here, basically that little alcove right there with the slug guy, that's where you want to go. And it's just a tiny room. Real quick, there's spikes near those barrels, so be careful. Getting hit by spikes is not that bad if you're on normal. If you're on hard, it's bad. But yeah, that's the last scroll. Just go kill the boss, and you're good to go. All right. Bloodpool Act 1. So we've got a bit of a ways for the first scroll, once again. It's going to be in the water. So just keep going. You'll see the stone platform here. We're going to hop across this water here, and you'll come up to a lizard man with a golden statue below him. So the safe way to get down to it is off the right side. Hold left. Don't jump in the water like I did. Or I guess the blood water. It's like poison water. Don't jump in it. But here, you might be able to make this jump. I couldn't really do it. You could definitely do it in less jumps than I did. But yeah, you might have to take a little bit of damage to get to that one. Anyway, let's go up here and over to the right. And we want to slow down here. So progress is to the right. If you move to the right, you'll go on to the next area. Don't do that. Hop across these rocks over to your left. And you'll see another golden statue. And that'll be scroll number 2. From here, just go to the next area. And we have, again, a bit of a walk. So we're just going to, kill and survive and progress through the area. I know you see that golden statue there. That it's not a scroll. It's an apple. It's helpful. It's just not what we're looking for in the scope of this guide anyway. So you'll come to a V-shaped intersection, like a V-shaped wooden platform, and this is where you want to turn to the left. And you'll go across this rickety bridge. The center platform falls, so be careful with that. And past these guys is scroll number 3. So, get that scroll, go to the end, kill the boss, and you're finished. Bloodpool Act 2. So we'll just be heading to the right here for a bit. We're going to come to an elevator shaft. And there's 2 holes on the left and right side. So as you fall down here, fall down to the middle. You can fall to the left if you want, if you're feeling confident. Or just ride the elevator down if you want to take the, like, I don't know, scenic route. Music's good, so that's a plus. You're going to fight through this hallway with a bunch of enemies in it. Nothing particularly dangerous, but there are a lot of them. So that's scroll number 1. Then we have to ride the elevator back up. There's going to be these little orbs on the left and right side. Luckily, they alternate, so that's no big deal here. Just play some baseball. And we, at this point, just need to get to the next area. So that golden statue had like MP or an apple in it or something. So yeah, no dice there. So fighting through this next area and hitting up the save point, we are going to hop across these. This one's easy. Basically, this 3rd gargoyle statue down here has a golden statue behind him. That's the scroll. Easy to find. Not every scroll is like an enigma to find, but just for completion's sake, I included it in here, of course. Then we're going to move on here. We have lightning traps here. So just work your way through these. The backdash is really useful, of course. Uppercut move has some invincibility as well. Now here, we're going to be fighting outside. During this outside section, just relax, no big deal. As soon as you get in here, do not jump up. If you jump up to the brown platforms, you can still walk off, so that's not bad. But if you jump up to the platform above that, it's a point of no return. And you'll have to play the level again to get this scroll. So kill that enemy at the bottom. This side area will open. And that golden statue to the right there is scroll number 3. These enemies took longer to kill than I'd like to admit, but it's fine. So scroll number 3, and then after that, just kill the boss. Kasandora Act 1. So we'll walk for a bit, and once you get to the 2nd skeleton dinosaur right there, we're going to head on this lower path. So you could go in the upper path and drop down, I believe, but the lower path is, I suppose, more direct. But yeah, basically this golden statue guarded by 2 plants will be scroll number 1 for you. From here, we just need to go to the next area, so pop over. In this next area, we're going to be hopping across some rock platforms, but after that, you'll start to see some towers. Basically, you want to be thinking up this entire time. So just climb, climb, climb as much as you can, and then jump to the right, and keep repeating that. So keep going up, and then when we get to the top of this tower, we'll jump to the right again. Over here, and then you'll see it. That golden statue up at the top. Use your uppercut move, has invincibility. You can kill the demon if you're on normal. On hard, maybe with magic. I didn't really test it out too much. But, yeah, conventional weapons don't do as much for me. This next scroll is going to be in the bottom right corner. So don't jump to the right there. We need to head all the way down. Lots of enemies here, so do be careful. But, yeah, it's that golden statue in the bottom right corner right there. So personal recommendation, just use your Helm Breaker. Your like in the air down attack move. Has some invincibility. And you're done. Just go finish the level. Kasandora Act 2. So now we're in the pyramid. So there's lots of Sphinx turrets and things and mummies and all that Egyptian stuff. Right now we're just going to the next area. To give you a more like visual clue, that big boulder right there, after you pass that. You can run all the way to the left if you need to avoid the damage, but I just blocked it. In this area, we just need to hop over to the right for the first scroll. Pretty simple. And avoid the snake. Pick up the scroll. Once we jump up here, like this area gets really big. It's a really large room. So to start, just go to the upper right corner. That's your goal. get to the platform in the upper right corner. If you ever get lost, like when you're jumping around on these, if you fall down, whatever, just get to the upper right corner. You want to get to here. From this platform, we're going to wait. There will be that platform coming across right there. And just hop over to the left. Once again, like if you fall, just return to that northeast corner. Because technically, I believe we're in like the upper middle of this room. There's like another alcove to the upper left. This room's really big. So that's scroll number 2. Now we can just hop back over across these. And this is the way towards the next area. We've got a bit of a ways to go. We are going to be progressing through this area until we get to the gauntlet. But the gauntlet, we have to find it actually. There's an elevator that we have to take. The elevator's in this area here, but if you just kind of breeze past this, you'll miss it. It's right here, so wait for it. It'll come. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Hop on it. At the top are some spikes, so be careful with those. Get ready to jump off, because you don't want to get hit by the spikes, right? And this is just a battle gauntlet. So just slash a bunch of mummies. They're not too intimidating on normal anyway. On hard, they're a bit beefier. So if you're not careful, they can kind of swarm you a little bit. And that's the last scroll. So go ahead and finish the level. Okay. So Aitos Act number 1. We're in this interesting volcanic area. Don't fall down like I did if you can help it. But we're going to keep progressing until we ride on both of these bird carriages. Or I suppose it's just one. It felt like 2 rides, but it was just one, right? When you come up this way and you see the hands throwing rocks, just go off the edge of the first one, and that's scroll number 1. And then to get out, you just run to the left, jump up. Next scroll is actually not too far away. So when you climb up here, you'll see another bird carriage. What would you call these? Like hot air bird loon? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, like you ride this. Swing your sword early. Your sword hitbox stays out for quite a bit of time, so you can swing pretty early. And that'll be scroll number 2. And the birds are nice enough to wait for us, so they're our ticket back. So then from here, we'll just go on to the next area. We have a bit of a, not a gauntlet so much, but a little mini boss fight, I suppose, against 2 Tengu. And just kill them, go through the door. And after that, so in this area, we're going for the upper left corner, essentially. So just keep climbing up. You want to go up and left. And when we come over to the left here, you're going to see 2 guys throwing stuff at you. Use magic, I suppose. The fireball's really good here. Now that I think about it, if you were out of magic, your uppercut move would probably work as well. But yeah, that's scroll number 3. So Aitos Act 2, we're in the volcano proper. And we've got a long way to go, so I sped this up like crazy. Basically, we just need to get to the skeleton archer. I was honestly debating on whether to just use a jump cut here, because it's pretty straightforward, but either way. So the skeleton archer, once that's done, you'll go through to this next area and jump across here. We're going to come up to a hole. We will be back here. I recommend doing this second, because we have to come down there to progress to the next area anyway. So we're going to go get the other scroll in this area first. So just hop across these, rock platforms. Careful of the fire and all that. There's a demon mask up here blowing smoke, and platforms to his left. So you're going to hop on those platforms carefully. And don't fall into the lava like I did. And after you jump across all of these, that's scroll number 1 or 2, depending on how you got them. It's scroll number 1 by my numbering. Hop on down, and this is the hole that I mentioned before. So we're just gonna go on down this. As you can see, there's a rock elevator. So if you fall down this hole accidentally, it's not a big deal. It's not a point of no return. Like, you can just go right back up if you want. So lots of flying enemies in this area, but and a half-eaten apple in a volcano for some reason. And right there's scroll number 2. And then we'll just head to the right. This next area, we just need to, get through this treacherous area. Lots of things flying around and such. But this next scroll is right in front of you. Easy peasy. And we're all done. Marahna. You'll see the golden statue that we're going for right at the beginning of the stage, but we're going to have to take a bit of a scenic route to get there. Just head along the bottom, and eventually you'll be able to jump up. And so once we do that, you'll see a log right over to the left, and that'll be the start. This next part is kind of strict platforming, so just be a little bit careful. It's not crazy difficult or anything, but if you're not being careful, it would be pretty easy to miss a jump. Coming up as well, there's a bat, so take your time with that. If you kind of just run and jump, it might mess you up. So that's scroll number 1, and we just need to go back the way we came. I wanted to flex my platforming skills, I guess. You can just run along the bottom as well. It probably doesn't make too much of a difference time-wise. Here, it's not... What do I call this? It's not a maze. It would be like a Mario version of a maze or something. But basically, like... There's multiple levels. So we essentially need to, after we drop down, we need to get to that statue that's to the bottom right of us. So it's one level down and then to the right. It's not terribly complicated to get to, but progress is to the left. So I suppose if you went to the left first and dropped down, you'd miss it. So technically missable. But from here, we'll just zoom, zoom, zoom. And fight this guy with his face on his chest or whatever. And go on to the next area. Now here, at the stairs, slow down a little bit. Because we have a point of no return right here. So this jump, you want to be very careful. If you fall down here, you're going to have to replay the level. So use your magic. Be very careful with this section. Unless you want to replay the level again, then, So careful with your jumps. And once we get here, we're not out of the woods yet. These guys could still potentially knock you off with their projectiles if they hit you in the air. So, yeah, just be careful as you make it up to this upper left statue, and that holds the final scroll, and we're all finished. Marahna Act 2. This level is a bit of an odd one, because we are going to have to play it twice. I tried looking for a way to not have to do that, but I just don't think it's possible. Basically, there's a branching path. There's a room that has 2 exits. And so we're going to have to play it twice because we have to go left once and right once. So this is the branching room that I was talking about. Hop across these really carefully, and on the 4th platform, just drop down, and that'll be scroll number 1. So for purposes of this video, I will be heading to the left first. But yeah, basically at the end of the branching paths, there's a big gap between the 2, places you pop out when you're done with each of these. And I just don't think there's a way to get across. And even if you could, I'm not sure you could really go in backwards. So I don't know. But anyway, left path, just fight a bunch of dudes. This is pretty straightforward. There's drops and stuff in this area, and crystals collect, of course, when you kill the enemies. But no scrolls, obviously, in this vertical corridor. So just head down and, kill, survive. And I was being extremely thorough in this particular case. Past these lightning orbs, backdash is useful. You'll see these revolving platforms. The middle platform here is the golden statue with scroll number 2. Don't get confused. The right path does have a similar room to that, but it doesn't have a scroll in its statues. So The paths are very similar to each other. So now we're going back to the branching path and going to the right path. This one is somewhat missable, so do be careful. After these spike traps, head to the right wall. You don't want to drop down, so head all the way to the right wall before you start dropping down. It will be right below us at this point. So yeah. And that'll be scroll number 3. And now you can go kill the boss again, because you had to play this twice. So enjoy that. All right, Northwall. Now we get to have a nice, snowy landscape. There's a lot to get through in this section. Basically, we're going to go to the next area. We need to get into the ice cave before there's any scrolls to speak of. So just fight through all these people, keep moving forward, enjoy the scenery, I suppose. Once you get in here, as we progress forward, there will be an ice bridge with a gargoyle statue in the middle, and you'll see a golden statue right below you. If you want to do this without taking damage, just hold right as you drop down. No big deal. Now from here, we'll see a bit of a gap. And to the right will be progress. So you'll see a green door right there, but we don't want to go there just yet. So hop on down, and there will be some floating ice platforms. So hop on that, hop to the second one, and crouch so you can avoid those spikes on the ceiling. Jump across, take out those dudes, and that'll be scroll number 2. From here, we just need to go back to where we were and ride the ice elevator up. And don't miss the jump like me. I think I got distracted by like a text on my phone or something. It was kind of like, I don't remember what happened there, but I was distracted. Here, there's going to be these like ice platforms that kind of like toboggan their way down here. So just jump on one. For this jump, you want to jump to the higher platform. So not that one. You want to jump to this one. And then just hop up. And this hallway will kind of extend to the left. There's a lot of enemies. It's pretty long. So, get ready to kill a bunch of things before you reach it. And there's scroll number 3. Watch out for the spikes on the ceiling, but you're all finished. All right, Northwall Act 2. So we're going to be in another cave. This one, it's kind of an ice cave. It's kind of like a deathly ice cave. Feels like it's like a mixture of bones and ice or something. I don't know. But either way, we've got a ways to go before you get to this bubble room. Don't go over to the left just yet. That's where the rest of the stage lies. This bubble room is kind of weird. There is a pattern to the bubbles, that's for sure. But there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First off, the bubbles have a set distance they'll travel before just popping automatically. The other thing is that these green bubbles, when you stand on them for too long, they'll start to shake and then they'll break. So if you're going to ride a green bubble for a while, you want to kind of jump off of it to kind of reset that timer, which is what I was doing there. And then just hop up there and get the scroll. It might take you a few tries once you get used to like how the bubbles like spawn and stuff, but then here we're just going to jump up these ice platforms that go in and out of existence, or I guess they're supposed to be going in and out of the walls. This next scroll is probably the reason why a lot of people are here, if you're watching this video. It's one of the more like weird scroll placements. Basically, this platform will spawn. Don't go on it. We don't want to go on this platform. We want to go over to the left because inexplicably, killing that guy spawned a bunch of bubbles over here. So this is where scroll number 2 is going to be. Took a bit of finding, to be honest. Basically, like I was like, this probably this goes to the next area, so like I need to double check, and I just happened to find these. So killed this guy, and scroll number 2 will be on this next ramp up here, right before we go to the next area. So we'll keep moving forward, get some healing there from the save point. And just kind of hop up here. Wait for this platform to come over so we can progress. And hop down over here. This section, you're just going to be like killing dudes and spawning platforms. You're going to do this, what, like 2 or 3 times. Fireball's really useful here. I used it a bit, but honestly, like, I kind of held off on using my magic a lot until I got to the boss fights. Kind of unnecessary. Magic can be really, really useful, especially fire. Fireball's like, or I guess it's called like radiant fire or something. Anyway, there's a green door to the bottom left. That's progress. We want to hop up these first. As you're hopping up these, your uppercut attack is really, really useful because, as I've said many times before, it's got invincibility. It's also an attack, so it'll destroy those red pellets and also the eyeball as well. Alcaleon. Unfortunately, I lost my original footage for this, and I didn't really have a save that I could go back to that would easily allow me to do like a first attempt so I could show you where all the scrolls are. So I'll show you the statues, of course, but the drops won't be scrolls. They'll be something else because it's score attack, and on my game I already have all the scrolls, so yeah. That statue's our first target right there. This level's kind of a remix of Fillmore in a sense. And so is the music. So we're just going to hop across here like we did in Fillmore Act 1. And that statue will hold the first scroll for you. Again, here it's an MP bottle, but on your game, it'll be a scroll. And then just hop on the second log ride. And this will bring you right to scroll number 2 statue. So not too bad. These two are pretty simple to get. That second one is definitely missable though, because progress is where the skeleton dragon guy was. So we need to hop back up there and go to the next area. This area has 1 scroll, essentially. You can take the top path or the bottom path. If you were to take the top path, you would just need to drop down. So I'm taking the bottom path because it's more direct. But yeah, because the stage is so large and it's the last one, I suppose, they gave us 6 scrolls instead of 3 because there's no Act 2. But yeah, so that crown, that was scroll number 3, and then we just need to go on to the next area. This next segment is, I guess, the mini boss in a sense. It's just another gauntlet, so kill everything that's here. And after you kill everything, your reward will be scroll number 4. This area, we just need to progress a bit without falling down, hopefully. But we just need to progress a bit. But there is going to be, you're going to come up to a log ride right here. Be very careful. You have 1 chance to make this jump. We're going to kill a bird and then jump right after that first bird. So kill, jump, and you're good. If you fall down, I think you would just have to die or you'd have to redo the level. This will be scroll number 5. Then we're going to drop down. Don't go into the door to the right. That's going to be towards the boss fight. We have 1 more scroll to get. So below us, you might have seen the green lizard guy. That's where we're going to be heading. So you just need to go over to the left and drop down. This drop is not too like strict, so it kind of the platform kind of juts out a little bit. So don't worry too much about it, and just kind of walk off the edge here. And this will be the final scroll, scroll number 6. So enjoy the brand new boss fight they made for us, and thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful for all of you.